The multiplication rule is a little bit different. The multiplication rule I like to think of as an and situation. It's got to be in one and the other, so it's less likely to occur. With the multiplication rule, we must worry about what we call independent events. Independent means the event A does not affect the event B, such as rolling a pair of dice. What I got on the first dice will not affect the outcome of the second. If I draw a card from a standard deck and replace it, this is a key word for independent events. So the multiplication rule, there are actually two of them. If the events are independent, not affecting each other, we have a rule that says probability of A and B is going to be the probability of event A times the probability of event B. Again, the and situation is what we want to make sure that we understand is the multiplication. It's less likely to happen. If I flip two coins and get both of them to be heads, I want both. The first one, probability of getting ahead, there's one out of the two. And I want the second one, so notice I would multiply. Review of multiplication of fractions, you multiply straight across. Flip a coin and get ahead. Probability is 1/2. And I need to roll this die and get a 4. And there is only one 4 on a single die. Multiply 1/12. Draw an ace. 4 out of the 52 cards are aces. Replace the card and draw a king. And draw a king. Notice I did not need to worry about them being dependent. They were independent because I replaced the card. My second card came from all 52. Now dependent's a little bit different. The outcome of the first does affect not replacing a card. If I drew a king, now there are only 51 cards in the deck and you don't have that opportunity to draw the king. So we call them dependent. So the probability rule here is the probability of A times the probability of B given that A has occurred. The word and, again, is the helpful word to make you think or signify multiplication. Find the probability of drawing 3 jacks without replacement. So my first jack, there are 4 out of the 52. I'm holding it in my hand, so there are only 3 left and there are only 51 cards. The jacks decrease by 1 because I'm holding them in my hand, and the number of cards decrease in order. So you really don't need to memorize those rules. You just want to set up the probabilities. Okay, 12% of adult American Indians report having diagnosed in diabetes. Find the probability that 3 adult Indians were selected at random, all would have diabetes. So the probability that my first person and my second person and my third person would have diabetes would be multiplying those decimals. It's an and situation. Find the probability of selecting 2 people at random who were born in the same month. The person that I select first, I could really care less what month they were drawn in, but my second person must match that month, and there's only one of the 12 months that matches, and so again, that would be my probability. Draw 3 cards, not replaced. Keyword not replaced. So find the probability of getting all 3 clubs. There are 13 clubs initially in the deck. If I hold on to a club, there are only 12 left of the 51 cards, and then 11 out of the 50. Now, for your homework and on the test, we will not be multiplying these out. That's just a calculator skill. I'm more concerned if I can see exactly how you selected each individual probability and whether you multiplied them or added them. Was it the multiplication rule because it was an and situation, or was it the addition rule because it was an or situation?